Welcome. In this video I'm going to do this question, which states the figure shows an elevation and incomplete plan of a truncated square based pyramid cut at 45 degrees. So the tasks are: draw the given views, complete the sectional plan, and then draw the auxiliary view of the cut surface, then lastly the surface development of the frustum. Let's start. So the first thing, you copy exactly, you copy the figure. So I've copied the figure there, and now we can have the center, these lines here. So we've labeled this number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then this is point O, our center. Let's call it point O. Now project these numbers to the baseline, to the XY. Let's project them. So this point, let's call this point 1 dash. This point here we call it 2 dash and 4 dash. And then finally this point here, let's call it 3 dash. So again, on the cutting plane, that's the, you can call this cutting plane here XX. Now where each of these lines where they meet, let's also give them, let's label it. So we call this, you can call that A prime or A dash. This one here we call it B dash and the C dash. B for number 2, C dash for number 4. Then finally D dash. Now from each of these points on the cutting plane, drop perpendiculars to the plan. So drop a perpendicular from point A dash to the plan. So where it intersects with our line from point 1, we call that point A. This point A originating from A dash. Now from this point C, B and C, what we do, draw horizontal line to the slanting line and drop that line straight down. Now this distance between O and this point here, you can call that point D. Sorry, we don't have that, not point D. So what you do, put your compass on this point, measure up to here, and now do an arc, cutting our center line on two sides or 2 points. So the above point here, call it point C, because that's for number 4, and this point here, call it point B, that's for number 2. Now one more line that's remaining, we drop it from this point X, drop a perpendicular to the plane, so where it meets our center line, call that point D. Now using straight line, join A to B. Remember our B is here, to D, to C, and finally to point A. So this is now the sectional plan view. So what you do next, you hatch the sectional plan view, hatch this. So now with that, you have your sectional top view. Now next, let's do, and remember this one is the front view. Okay, I want to write that. So this is the front view. So next, the question was asking we do the auxiliary view. So to draw the auxiliary view, what we do, let's draw a parallel line to this, to the cutting plane. So we draw a parallel line there, parallel to this. The next thing, from these points A prime or A dash, to draw lines at this point to this our new xy. So this is our new x1, y1, or our reference line. And so now from this point on the cutting plane, draw lines that are 90 degrees. So we draw them to a certain length. So what do we do next? So the next thing we do, from our original or from our initial xy line, the reference line, so now we can measure this distance to this distance here. I'm getting 45. So the next thing, using this as the center, draw an arc which is 45 degrees on that line, mark 45, and now let's call this point capital A. So next we measure from this point here, this point 24, which is for B, C. So let's start with the 2, that's from B. So we measure this distance from here B, from the XY line to B, which is 55. You can see getting 55. So from here as the center, we draw an arc 55. So I can extend this line a little bit. So call this point B. So again measure from point 24 here to C. So we have 35. So again same center, draw an arc radius 35. And call this C. Finally for D, so for D is this from here to D45. So taking this as the center, draw an arc 45. So even this one I'm going to stretch it a little bit and go this point D. So the next thing, join those points, the straight line. So A to B, A to B, D, so again hatch, so with this one, this is now the auxiliary view or the true shape. Of the cut plane. That's the true shape. Now finally the last thing that's remaining here is surface development. So the first thing we are going to do, we are going to measure our true length, the slant length from this point to this, that is 69. So now we can mark an arc radius of 69. So the extent of the arc is not known until we mark. So radius of 69. So remember, this side on our plan, the measurement here, let's see the measurement. The measurement is 50. So you mark this arc length with the radius of 50. So mark the arc length with the radius of 50. There. So again, stand at this point 4 times. So this one I have to lengthen it a little bit. So now join this point. So now we're going to join these points. From our apex so this is, you can call this point A, call this point B, C, D, and then start again with A. So the next thing what you're going to do, let's again join these points using a straight line. So now from this distance, from the apex to this distance, which is 46, so draw an arc from here, the apex, distance of 46, so we want to draw an arc. That point, that's point A, you can also draw it at this point. So we have it there and have it here. Again, with your compass, you can measure this distance. To me, 16. As for point B and C. Point B and C. And now finally point D. Can you measure from here to D, which is 12. So point D is this one. Now join those points with an outline. So join this to this B, this is C, this point D, and then finally point A. So now I want to do the outline. So with that, With that, now you have the sectional, you have the service development. Good. So I hope you learned how to do the question. Thank you, and remember to subscribe.